is the profile of kidnapping that's going on in your country. So let's just take a look at that.
All right, now we're going to take a look at the next category, which is basically what is the kidnapping profile for the area you're going to. And this is sort of a rehash of the part one series, but we'll go through it fairly quickly anyway so that you'll understand what you need to be thinking about and looking for, and that will dictate sort of the kind of planning you're going to put in place. First of all, is it a physical kidnapping area? Is this an area like in Iraq, Iran, Somalia, and those areas where they use things like pirating or whatever to physically capture the people on board or the asset for the value of it to render a ransom for that person or a boat or a cruise ship or whatever it may be? So you want to understand, is this a place where a lot of physical kidnapping is going on? It will dictate how you do your planning. Is it a place where express kidnapping is happening primarily, like we were talking about in the segment just prior to this one, that has to do with Mexico? And there are a lot of areas where this is prevalent today, and in fact you can find some of this going on in the United States. Is it a virtual kidnapping area where people are using technology like phone services or emails or whatever it might be to contact you and tell you that your loved ones are in danger, and you need to pay up from that standpoint? It could be that relative to these key areas, it could be a combination of all of these things that are prevalent. Like Mexico has, these are prevalent. These happen in Mexico. All of them happen except for the pirating. All of them tend to happen from the physical to the express to the virtual kidnapping. So that's why Mexico is rated so high relative to kidnapping. Could it be a situation where there's some sex trafficking going on, where kidnapping happens because of sex trafficking? And this is particularly important if you are taking children with you on your trips. Is this a place that's known to have pedophiles around? For example, in Amsterdam and some of those areas in Europe, it's a more free and open environment. So you kind of want to be aware of that, particularly if you have children going around. Is it a scenario where a lot of parent kidnapping happens? And that's most likely not going to be the case when you're traveling on vacation. But for your children, if you happen to be in a situation where you're in a very difficult divorce or separation area and custody is an issue, you need to be thinking about, planning for how you're going to protect your children so they're not taken by another parent. And finally, is this a place where there's a lot of terrorist activity going on? Like the Mideast, Afghanistan, Syria, Libya, Africa, India, Pakistan. Those areas are all laden, and the Philippines, most particularly from the map we showed earlier, is an area that has a lot of terrorist activity going on. And if that is happening, you want to make sure you're aware of what you need to do to kind of protect that. You need to understand how they operate, how they plan their kidnappings, etc., in order to kind of create a situation where you keep them out of your periphery where they can't get to you. So this is just another area you need to keep in mind.